G'day, welcome to GravesInAustralia.com Salvage. Today I'll be playing with a Lone Star Cadillac DeVille flat top. So if you want to see what I do with it, you'll have to come along for the journey. And we'll start off that journey by going over to the workbench and we'll have a closer look at it. So I hope to see you there. So glad you can join me over here at the workbench. So let's have a look at this. It says Lone Star Roadmasters Cadillac 62 Sedan. Now, going by Google pictures or photos on Google, this is a 60. 62 is a totally different shape. So I'm going to call this a 1960. Now, this was restored by somebody else before, and it needs refurbishment. So the good thing about this thing is that I don't have to buy parts for it because somebody's already done that. But let's have a good look at it. This side, I don't know whether that's corrosion or what, but we'll see when we strip it. Replacement glass, so I don't have to buy that. Looks like a bit of corrosion or something there on the top corner. Now, the previous person did buy a replacement front end, but by the looks of things, they've had to do a repair on it, because if you have a look at this light over here, it's not in the same position where it should be. But we shall fix that up. The same thing with down the bottom of the bumper. We shall do something down there. So we'll put that in the parts bin. Now, it does have 4 white tyres on it. They're rather hard. We may leave them on. We may replace them. Don't know yet. And like I said, somebody else has already worked on this beforehand. As soon as I find my separating tool, which is somewhere close by, maybe not. I'll just put you on hold. See, that didn't take long. Had to find the separating tool because the previous person only super glued the car in place. So there's the rear bumper. Again, needs a little bit of work, but we can do something with that. So there's the base. Does have suspension. So what we might do is we'll keep the tyres. And we'll paint the base. So we shall fix up the axles. We'll put them aside. Now, the interior is vacuum formed, just like the old corgis, and very thin, very brittle. So we shall put that aside and we'll put that in the poor man's wash machine. The repo glass I'm assuming it's a repo. I'll make the assumption it's a repo. We'll also put that in the poor man's wash machine with Nick's permission. And that leaves us with our casting. So let's get our venue ready, and we shall see some stripping happening. See you at the venue. Okay, our strippers are ready. Our participant is ready, but are you ready? So here we go. I put the caustic soda in first and then add the hot water, because as you can see, the hot water and caustic soda gives a chemical reaction. It's a little bit more controlled this way because I'm only adding the water that I need, where if you watch the other participants or the other videos, you'll see people adding the caustic soda afterwards. And quite often they have a massive explosion like we saw just a moment ago, but it overflows. Not to say it doesn't happen here, it does. It's happened about 3 times doing it this way, but it is more controlled. Anyway, as you saw a little bit before, the paint's coming off. It should do it rather easily because it was repainted before. So we'll let the strippers do its work and we'll come back for the cleanup. Well, now we need to do a little bit of polishing our tools. Now that we've been with the stripper, we need to do a bit of cleanup. I'm hoping that the casting will polish up as nicely as the base. The caustic soda also removed the rust from the suspension, so we can put that aside for the moment. We're going to go with our brass bristle brush. Sorry about moving you guys, because I've got the cable still attached to the camera. But in any case, all we're going to do is and just using the brass bristle brush, it's a lot better than that. And then we use our scourer, and she is going to polish up very nicely. I'll do the rest off camera, and you shall see this shortly. And here is our Cadillac polished. Excuse me. So what we need to do now is to clean off the oils from my fingers so that we can paint it. So I'm leaving it with the white tires. As you can see, she's a roller. She wasn't a roller beforehand. So let's get some solvents, clean that up. The next time you'll see this, she'll be in primer. Alright, so we're ready to paint, and I'm using nail varnish again for our paint. So let's see what sort of a mess I can make. The hardest part's going to be this tail or boot section because of the fins. That's only the first coat. We'll let that one flash off and I'll do the rest off camera. See you at the reveal. This is just a reminder as to what we started with, and that was a Lone Star Cadillac DeVille flat top, and here we are now. Here is our Lone Star Cadillac flat top. Spit it out, boy, from Lone Star. So I'm sure we did a big improvement on it to what it was compared to what we started with. So what we did with it, we stripped it, we've repainted it using nail varnish, and as you can see she came out rather nice to paint. We've sprayed chrome the front and rear bumpers. We've also rhinestoned the front headlights, double up the top, because the ones that were on the plastic were rotten. Just cleaned up the tyres a little bit, and we put in a rhinestone tail lights on the back. We polished up the glass a little bit. Yeah, I think she turned out rather nice. Give it a thumbs up for a like, subscribe if you haven't, leave a comment down below. I like reading your comments, and we'll catch you next time, I hope, at Graves in Australia Diecast Salvage.